everyone, welcome back. My name is Naomi, and throughout the summer I am going to be dropping a couple of videos on how I enjoy self-care. Now, if you didn't get a chance to see my last video, I made a video on how I like to journal, and I really hope some of you guys were able to get some notebooks, some pens, pencils, and practice journaling yourselves. Now, in my last video, I mentioned that self-care could mean a lot of different things to different people. Self-care to me, however, really just means taking care of my mind and my body. Now, one of the ways that I enjoy taking care of my body is by exfoliating. Exfoliating essentially just means using something to put against your skin to get rid of any of the dead skin cells, to add some moisture and to make it soft. There are multiple ways that you can do this. You can do this with a towel, you can do this with a brush, but one of the things that I like to use is a body scrub. Every now and then I'll go to the store and I'll purchase a body scrub, and those things get pretty expensive until I figured out a way to just make it myself. So today, guys, I am going to be showing you all how I like to make my brown sugar body scrub. It is so cool. It is just as good as what you will find in the store. So stay tuned and I will show you how to make the body scrub. Now, before we begin, I really want to make sure that before we start making anything that's going to go on your skin, that you ask whoever you live with, whatever adult that you live with, for permission. You don't want to use any ingredients that's going to cause any type of allergic reaction. So before you begin making this body scrub, please make sure you ask an adult that you live with if it's okay, and just double check that whatever ingredients that you're using is not going to cause any harm to your skin. All right? Let's begin. Alright, so to make my brown sugar body scrub, first thing you'll need is some sugar. I am using brown sugar, but if you do not have any brown sugar at home, that is okay. You can use white sugar, or you can use a combination of both. But today, I'm just going to use brown sugar. You will also need a type of oil. I am going to use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, but you can also use coconut oil if you have some at home. If you have jojoba oil, you can use that. Or if you have almond oil, you can use that as well. You just want to make sure that you're not going to use any oil that is going to clog your pores. So try to make sure that you're using an oil that's safe for your skin. Sometimes those oils that we cook with is not that great for your skin, but olive oil is one of the oils that is good for your skin and hair. So I'll be using olive oil, but just make sure whatever oil that you use is good for your skin. Last thing, a couple more things we'll need is this right here is optional. I'm going to be adding some peppermint oil. I absolutely love all things peppermint. Peppermint candy, peppermint in my cookies, peppermint smells. So I'm going to be adding some peppermint oil to my body scrub just so that I can get some of that scent in my oil. If you don't have peppermint oil, that is perfectly fine. Some people like to use lavender oil. That's an oil, that's a scent that people like to use to soothe their minds as well. Or you can just use one of the sprays that you have at home and just put a couple of pumps in there, and that should do the trick as well. Now, let's get started. You'll need a bowl and a spoon as well. You'll need a bowl and a spoon as well. So I am going to go ahead and put my bowl in a space where you can see it, and I'll lift it up so that you can see as well. And in my bowl, I am going to add some brown sugar. I am not going to tell you how much to use because it really all depends on the texture that you like to use on your skin. I like my scrubs to be a little bit thick, but not so thick that it's hard to move around. So I'm going to put just a little bit. Wow, that was more than just a little bit. Let me show you how much I put in there. This is how much I put in. Essentially, I put in just enough to cover the bottom of my bowl. That's how much I put in. And And same deal when it comes down to your oil. I'm going to start by putting a little bit of oil, and then I'll add more if I need more. If it's too watery, I'll add more sugar. So I'm going to start by adding in some of my oil. That's what it looks like. And now I am going to mix. So as you're mixing, you'll notice that the color of your sugar is going to go from a light brown to a dark brown. That's because of the oil that you added into your sugar. So I put quite a bit of oil, and right now this is what it looks like. I'm going to add a bit more oil simply because I like my scrubs to be a little bit looser than this. If you notice, mine right now is pretty chunky. I don't really like it like that, so I'm going to add some more oil. That should be enough. I'm going to mix that in. All right. So this is what my scrub looks like. If you want to add, if you like yours to be a little bit less thick, go ahead and add some more oil. If this is perfect for you, that is perfectly fine. You can go ahead and even touch it and see if you like how it feels. If it feels good to you, perfect. Now that I touched it, I'm like, maybe I do need a little bit more oil, so I'm going to add just a bit more. So it's a good rule of thumb. Go ahead and touch it. See how it feels to you. If you think it needs to be a bit softer, add more oil. If it's too soft, add more sugar. All right, and it is perfect. This is what it looks like. Now, right now, it smells like my oil. I already told you guys, I love the smell of peppermint. So I'm going to add some peppermint oil. Just to give it that scent that I like. I'm going to stir. It smells so good. I love the smell of peppermint. It's the best. The best. Alright, so I have mixed in my peppermint oil into my scrub. I have my oil, I have my sugar, and now I am ready to take this into the bathroom and use on my body. So when you're using this, essentially I'll take a little bit and show you on my hand. You'll put some on your skin. You can do this in the shower. You can even put this by your sink and use it when you are washing your hands with soap. But when you're using it, you'll just rub it against your skin, and as you're rubbing it against your skin, you'll feel the sugar exfoliating, but the oil that you put in there will add some moisture. So if you'll notice, my hand is glistening right now from this oil, and it's adding so much moisture to my skin. So when I wash this off, my hand is going to be so nice and soft. So what I like to do is take the mixture that I made and just put it into a bowl that has a top. It could be glass, it could even be plastic, and put it in my shower or put it next to my sink. So whenever I feel like using it, I have it right there ready to go. I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you all take a moment to create some of this body scrub to use in your shower, in your bathtub, at your sink. I absolutely love it. I stopped spending so much money on the expensive ones in the store and just started making it myself. For one, I know exactly what goes in there, so I know it's absolutely organic, and I feel good knowing that I created something. So if you get a moment to try this, I would love to hear how it made your skin feel. I would love to hear if anybody else in your family used it. If you used a different type of oil, let me know. If you added something that smells good, let me know. I just want to know how this turned out for you guys and how it made your skin feel. Until next time, guys. Bye.